Alright YouTube, what's happening? Forrest here, Cyclic Man 09. We are going to give you my best shot at a full-on how-to ship fish. So today I've got two packages going out. One is going out to Aqua Monster 34, and the other one's going out to another guy who picked up some fish on Aquabid. And basically what I have right here is all my stuff laid out. First thing I always do is I get my boxes prepared, and by getting my boxes prepared, I use these are boxes I buy from Walmart. I believe they're like $1 a piece or 75 cents a piece or whatever. They're 12 inches wide, 12 inches wide, 10 inches tall. I find them to be great shipping boxes. So what I do is I get them all taped up, and we have these things all lined up with their styrofoam. Basically, you cut the styrofoam similarly to how you would build an aquarium. You've got your bottom piece, which is the exact length and width. You've got your top piece, which is the exact length and width. Then your side pieces, it gets a little different. How I do it is I'll do because I'm using 3/4 inch styrofoam. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take 1.5 inches from the total height because of the top and the bottom. And then those are going to be the heights of your side pieces, and then again you're going to have to take 1.5 inches from two of the side pieces lengthwise to have them fit in there. So we've got two smaller pieces and two pieces that are the 12-inch width of the box. So that's how we get that done. That's always the first thing I do. Get this stuff set up, and then like you can see, we've got both boxes set out here. And they're ready to go, so that part's out of the way. Got all the styrofoam cut and all that stuff. I actually did it pretty quick this morning, so it was a pretty simple process. I have the rest of my stuff out here. I've got some newspaper packing material. I've got my bags right here. These are 4-inch by 18-inch bags. I've got my rubber bands, thick rubber bands right here. Got a bunch of those. My 2 heat packs. I use Unit Heat 60-hour heat packs. I believe I got these off eBay. I think that's the cheapest way I found them, was on eBay using the free shipping item option. I think I got 10 of them, but I got 2 of those, one for each box. And then we have our secret supply of Bag Buddies right here. I get these from a local source that has an older bottle that they've had forever at a local fish store, and I'm able to get them for about 25 cents a piece. And you know, when their bottle runs out, I won't have a source for them because they're so darn expensive on the internet. But for right now, I get them for, you know, a pretty decent price, so I'm able to use those. But eventually down the line, I'm going to have to find something else. So the next step is going to be, we're going to take our bags, and then we're going to want to fill them with fresh water. I'm not going to use tank water. And the great thing is I have my drip lines with the adjustable flow, and I'll be able to fill them up through there. And it's already dechlorinated due to the fact that I've got my carbon block in line with the system. So yeah, that's where we're at so far. Like I said, guys, this is going to be kind of a how-to, my best shot at giving you guys a full-on step-by-step process of how I ship my fish. And yeah, so we'll pause this, and when we come back, we'll be doing something else. Alright guys, so what we're doing here is we're taking our fresh water via the drip line right here, and I'm just filling up my measuring cup. And what we're doing now is we're filling up the bags. So I just take our bags right here. Let me turn the camera a little bit. Just take our bags on our measuring cup, and I'm putting just a little bit more than a half a cup in each bag, like so. And you can see right there, that's about all the water we need for the fish we're shipping. And so this bag right here will go in with my other bags, and I just kind of put those aside in a bucket. And what we'll do next with these is we'll insert the Bag Buddies, let them get assimilated into the water, and then we're going to float them in probably this tank, because they're going to take up quite a bit of room in that tank, to get them temperature acclimated. Same thing we would do when we're getting fish home, but because my water coming out of my drip line comes out cold or colder, I need to acclimate the water to the temperature of the tank. You can see right there we got a little condensation because of the temperature of the water difference. So that's where we're at so far. Like I said, Just only need a little bit of water. I said, you know, we're using 4 by 18-inch bags, and I'm putting just a shade over half a cup in each bag. Alright. I'll set this down and we can do another bag for you. But again, same thing. Just take our measuring cup, pour that in there. I like to put my water in the bag before I put my fish in the bag, just so that I have it in there. And then when I catch my fish, I like to catch them and then put them in the bag separately. We have a bag over here that I want to add. One of these bags needs a little bit more water in it, so I'll kind of show you. Take our drip line right here, and it's fully adjustable, so all I have to do is open the valve just like that. Not sure how well you guys can see that, but just open the valve like so. And like I said, this is dechlorinated water. I don't have to do any additional treatment to this water. And then I fill up my cup. All I got to do is shut this off like that. Set that back inside. Like I said, I need to put a little bit more water in this bag, just like that. And like I said, that's about the amount of water that we're going to need to ship the fish. So, like I said, we're gonna pause this, and when I come back, we'll be doing something else. All right, guys. One thing I've forgotten to mention is when we're doing this. Basically, when we start the shipping process, this is a segment for the heat packs. When we start getting everything prepared, like I'm getting my bags ready, you can see right there. I just showed you in the last clip. Got a cup of water. One of the things that we should do is open up our heat packs ahead of time. And I like to open them just as I start doing stuff before I catch my fish and whatnot, because these particular heat packs do take a little bit to warm up, and I'm going to say it's probably going to take me another half an hour worth of, you know, doing everything and bagging up my fish and whatnot. If in that half hour these heat packs don't heat up, I'm going to have to open up a different one. I do not want to be sending a dud heat pack in the box, because the last thing I want is for the fish to get cold and die. You know, that's the worst. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna open up these heat packs, set them aside because they are activated by air. Let's see if we can do this with the camera here. Just kind of give it a little pop open. And if you guys have ever used hot hands, the heat pack, I used to use them when I went hunting as a child with my father, and when it gets really cold outside. It's the same basic principle, except for how these heat packs work. Hold on. They're heated, you know. Whatever's in this bag, whatever it does, is activated by the oxygen in the air. And how these 60-hour heat packs work is that they steadily heat up until 60 hours, and then they steadily decrease. So they're not only good for 60 hours, but at 60 hours is when they reach their maximum temperature. So they'll slowly heat up, and then at 60 hours they reach their maximum temperature, and then they slowly decrease in temperature. So they do last quite a bit longer than 60 hours. I sent a package to Captain Awesome, in which I think it took 3 days total, and the heat pack was still hot. And it was the same heat packs. But like I said, but when you start the shipping process and all that kind of stuff, you're wanting to open your heat packs to get them activated, to get them to begin heating up, mainly because you want them to enter the box warm, and you need to know if they're working. The last thing you want to do is use a wrong heat pack that's not working. So that's that. I'm going to continue filling up my bags. Next step, I'll show you bags floating, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, so we have, I'll take this off for a second. We have our bags floating in our 75. As you can see, we have quite a few bags. I think I have 12 bags here, sending out quite a few fish. Main reason is because I keep all my tanks at around the same temperature. This one's about 76. That one's probably around 76 as well. I don't want them floating. The fish are coming out of this tank, Umbies and RTMs today. I don't want them floating in that tank just because you can see how much space we're taking up. So the next step is, I'll set this down for you guys. Basically what I need to do is I need to take my bag buddies, which are these things right here. They're just like little tablets, little blue tablets. Show that for the camera, just like so. Don't know if that's focusing on you guys, but all I gotta do is take one of these basically per bag and slide them in there. Like so. Some of these are kind of broken up a little bit because they are a little older, but you know, same principle works for, you know, the crumbles as it does for the whole thing. Now, bag buddies, what these do is they turn the water blue and make you think they're doing stuff. No, they're actually a calming agent for the fish during shipment. I believe they assist in slime coat. Everything good that your fish needs in shipment, these will help them with. It's not a, you know, cure-all. It's not going to make your fish not die if certain things happen, but it's a good aid for shipping. I like to have them in my bags just as a fail-safe. If everything goes well with shipping, you don't necessarily need something like this, but you know, like I said, I prefer to use them. And so one of these goes in each bag. The last one I put. There we go. And like I said, we have quite a few bags here. And this is going to be my last shipment I send out for a while. Mainly because I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of projects as far as grow outs, because I'm going to be taking down the 29 basically permanently. We're probably just going to sell it like we have my other grow out tanks. But you know, if I do get some special grow outs, we may need to get another tank or something. So we have a bag buddy in each bag, all 12 bags over here, and now I just need to wait until they reach temperature, and you can see right there, it's kind of what they look like in the bag, and you can see that one right there is kind of dissolving, and it'll dissolve into the water and turn all that water blue. If you guys have seen any of my shipment videos to other people, you know that when my water comes in, it comes in with a blue coloration. But that's the bag buddies in there. Next step is going to be catching the fish, placing them in the bags, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, we're at our next step here. We can see our 29 right here is drained down. A couple reasons why. One, it's much easier to catch fish in less water. And two, like I said, I'm going to be taking this tank down and removing this whole, you know, system from the fish room. And like I've said before, I'm not going to be keeping anything in less than 75 gallons outside of special grow out projects, maybe down the road. But for right now, I don't have any plans for that. So, and this video has nothing to do with that. So, yeah, where we're at right now with our bags, temperature is acclimated. Our heat packs right here are already showing heat, and I can prove that to you with my infrared thermometer. I'll just take temperature right here of the couch. 71 degrees right here. We're at 81, 85. This one on the right is 88. We'll temp this one more time for you. And that one's 85. So we are getting heat off of our heat packs. That is awesome. I'm not going to have to open up another one. Basically what the next step is I have a staging bucket of water right here that I drained out of this tank. We are going to transfer our fish from the tank to the bucket. Couple reasons why. One, I'll be able, it's a lot easier than taking, you know, bagged or from net to bag, net to bag, net to bag. And two, I'm going to be able to visually inspect each and every fish that I put in the bags to make sure that I'm sending out the best quality fish as possible, because I am sending out, I believe, 8 umbies, and I have many more than 8. I'm going to try and send out my 8 best umbies. We're going to be sending these to Aqua Monster 34. I don't need to keep it a secret. I'm sure he's going to do an unboxing video when they get there. I'm sending 8 because I am sending priority mail, and there is a little bit of questionality with that, so I'm sending as many as I can to help hopefully avoid, you know, DOAs and you know, get them all there on time. But you know, we're gonna have some redundancies as far as how many we're sending, just in case there is some issues with shipping. The box I sent out to Captain Awesome, he said was at his house upside down, and on the corner of the box all bent up. So I'm going to be printing out this side up labels and whatnot and having all that stuff ready to go so that there's no question or doubt how the box is supposed to sit. And I'm starting to ramble on. So like I said, let's get on to our next step here. I'm going to pause this, set up the camera, and then I'm going to get to catching some fish for you guys. Alright, so time to catch some fish. There's our net right there. Very simple. When we have this little water in there, we're just going to take a nice hefty scoop. Let that drain for a second. And then I'm going to empty these into my bucket. And we got all 4 of the RTMs in one swoop, plus we have, here, I'll pick up the camera for you guys. Like I said, we got all 4 RTMs, and those are the 4 big ones in there. And then we have actually ended up catching 3 jags, which we are not sending out, and a few umbies. I'm going to have to siphon through those, but still got a bunch more in here that we need to catch. Set the camera back down. And in the bucket again, and we only have 1 more left in there, so I'll show you our bucket again. Check it out. Now I'm going to be able to hand pick through the best ones, and we'll get to putting them in a bag for you guys. Just got to figure out how we're going to do that. We're going to pause it. Alright guys, so what we're going to do is pick out our 4 bags for the RTMs. We'll choose these 4 over here on the right. We'll use that one. That one's a big bag. You'll see right there our water's turned blue. Just got to give that a little jostle around, and that evenly distributes the blue from the bag buddies. Same thing there. But all the bags are temperature acclimated, ready for fish. So what we're going to do here, get our bags open, there we go. I'm going to try and do this while holding the camera. So we're going to grab our largest RTM right here, and I'll show you guys a quick little shot of him. This guy right here is going to be an absolute stunner. I'm going to try and stay in contact with the guy who is getting these, because I definitely want to see how especially this guy turns out. Sucks to be getting rid of him, but he's just a beautiful fish. So I'm going to pause this. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this with one hand, putting him into the bag, and at least do it properly. So I'm going to set the camera up. Hold on. Alright, so real quick, we're just going to grab him again, just like so. And then down in the bag he goes. And then that's what he looks like in his bag. You guys can see him right there. Grab the other 3 RTMs that we have in here. Do the same thing with those 3. In the bag, shake it down. Right there, there's our second one. In our blue water. Grab RTM number 3. Right there. There's our 3rd RTM in his bag, or her bag, I'm not sure. And number 4 in my hand. Try to make this a very quick process. And into the bag. So, got RTMs in their bag. Sorry if my camera was shaking the whole time, I didn't realize it. But, right there's number 1, 2, almost lost my bag there. 3, And you can see the difference in size on this guy, the big guy right there. I'm going to add a little bit more water to his bag because he's a lot larger. And there's number 4. So that actually bags up and completes one of the shipments. What I'm going to do is put all my umbies in their bag, and then when we come back I'm going to show you packaging up the fish, sealing the bags, tying up the bags, double bagging them, make sure they're bagged correctly. So we're going to pause this again. Alright, just wanted to show you that we have all the fish in their bags. There is umbi in there. Got all of our umbies bagged up. Had some really decent sized ones. I'm going to guess they're all right about an inch. A couple of them, there's one of them right there, are just a little bit larger than that. We can actually take these guys out. But I'm giving these guys lots of space. Again, I don't want any losses during shipment. But like I said, we're adding redundancies to make sure that that hopefully doesn't happen. RTM's looking good. Okay, we'll pause this again. And I'm going to set up the camera, and then we're going to show you guys how I do my bagging and whatnot. Alright guys, next step we're going to show you guys how I package up the bags right here. So main thing is you want a decent amount of oxygen in the bag, a lot of oxygen. It's usually it's about a 2-to-1 ratio oxygen per water. I like to go a little bit more. Can't tell if I've got a hole in this bag or not. So what we like to do is, as you can see right there, we've got our water, and then the rest of the bag is fresh air. Some people like to use pure oxygen via a tank. I don't have that. So the next step is to get this nice and tight, twist it up. I'm sure the fish don't like this, but it's in their best interest. And then what I like to do is tie my twisted up section like so. Sorry if you guys can't see this very well from over there. But I like to put a good knot in it. And I'll come over there and pick up the camera and show you. As you can see, we've lost a little bit of air pressure, but that'll fix itself when we get the bag all in there. But like I said, I got a knot in there. That's just one precaution. So that's how that looks right now. Positive. Alright, we actually changed how we did this. Instead of doing the knot, I swapped out bags, and then what I did is I twisted that up real tight, and then I overlapped that, and then twisted that down real tight, and then we put our rubber band on that. And so that's our bag number 1. As you can see, we've got just enough water for him to chill in there, and then lots of air. Oxygen is very important. I would like to give you guys one tip outside of all the other tips that we're giving you right now. Do not, and I say do not, blow air into the bags when you're shipping fish, or if you see somebody from your LFS trying to inflate the bags with breath. Do not allow them to do that, because that is carbon dioxide. These fish need oxygen. When you breathe out, you're not breathing out oxygen. So like I said, some people like to use oxygen tanks. I prefer just the snatch and grab method, where you can get as much of the fresh air, the atmospheric air around you. Pure oxygen is a better choice, but it's definitely the more expensive. You have to be much more dedicated to your shipping process to invest in the whole oxygen thing, or finding a welding shop and whatnot and dealing with that stuff. But like I said, this is how I did it. I changed it up. I know the last video clip said something else, but what I did is I twisted it up, and then I took that, folded it over, and then twisted that down. I'll try. Oops. Whoa. Don't do that. Bag kind of fell over a little bit. But like I said, that's all nice and tight. I'm gonna do the rest of the bags for you, and then when we come back, we'll go from there. Okay. So I just wanted to show you guys real quick as far as what I was talking about with the wrapping. I twist this bag up nice and tight, all the way up to the top, and then I'm going to fold it over like so, and then I like to twist that down to increase the pressure in there. And then we take our rubber band like so, and I like to get this under the lowest bump in that twist, and just keep on wrapping it until you can't go no more. And one more. Alright, so that's what we look like right there. Just wanted to show you that real quick. We're going to finish up doing the rest of our bags, and then I'll get back to you guys. Alright guys, so we have one box already done. I've got these fish double bagged. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how we do that, but we've got our RTMs all packaged up. This one's basically ready to go. The next thing I'm going to show you guys, however, you can see our lid fits right there, is I'm going to show you my double bagging process and how I do that. Just got to figure out how I'm going to set the camera up. So I would like to show you, where's my thermometer, right here, our heat packs. This one is an even 100 degrees. That one is 96, so definitely heating up, definitely doing awesome. I'm going to pause this, set up the camera, and show you guys exactly how I do my bagging, my double bagging. Alright, so camera set up. We're going to show you guys how I double bag my fish. Got our bag right here. Got bag number 2. What I like to do is I'll take bag number 1. We'll sit on the floor for you guys. Bag number 1, and slip bag number 2 over the top of bag number 1. We don't have any leaks. Like so. This, by the way guys, is probably the most difficult part about shipping fish. This is a very tedious thing, very difficult. When you've got bags full of air, slipping on the same exact size bag on a full bag is not easy. Do that, and we squeeze out, sorry if you guys can't see that, we squeeze out air from the top, and then we just slide this one down like this. Like so. Again, squeezing out the oxygen from the top. Basically, I want both bags to occupy the same exact area. And so what we'll do is we'll pull this all down, give this side a pinch and a twist, and then we're going to flip our bag upside down, just like that. Same thing here, we're going to twist our bag up same way we did with the other one. Fold this over like this, hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. Take our rubber band, and then we're going to go down, around, hold on, around, until this thing is super duper tight and waterproof. And there we go. If you guys can see that. Grab the camera for you. This is what we're supposed to look like. We've got our fish in the bottom of the bag. We've got a bowl created by the top of the bag where we tie it off. At the top we've got the same thing. We'll set this bag aside right here. I want to make you guys a note as far as why we do the bowl thing and why I use the top of the bag. That's because these corners right here, what happens is the fish gets stuck in the corners. Say the bag goes like this and the fish is stuck in the corner and the bag ends up tilting. Fish gets stuck in the corner and fish will end up dying. When you eliminate the corners by when I flip the bag upside down, basically decreases the chances or eliminates the chances of the fish getting stuck in a corner and gives it kind of a bowl shape for the fish to be in. But we'll kind of walk you guys through what we did here with this. We've got a bunch of our Santa's beer that I got from Captain Awesome. From his shipment to me, he gave me an absolute crap ton of this stuff, so I have a bunch for future shipments. We got our bags in there nice and tight, separated. I got my shipping material packed in there very tightly. The next thing we're going to do with that package is we're going to take our heat pack and a little bit of newspaper. Take our heat pack and then I wrap it up in the newspaper. And then what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to tape this part to the top of my box, to the styrofoam, and then we're going to seal up the box and have it good to go. My next step as far as what I need to do is I need to double bag the rest of the Umbies over here, package them up. We'll show you guys the finished product, and I'm going to take them off to the post office and get them shipped out. So we'll pause this again. Alright guys, this is the final step as far as getting shipping fish. Thank you guys for watching so far. Sorry if this video is ridiculously long, but I really wanted to do a full-on how-to for you guys. So last step is basically putting the stuff in the box. We've got our one box over there with our shipping label printed. That box is done. We're going to show you packaging up Aqua Monster 34's Umbies. So what I like to do is I always line the bottom with newspaper of the box. A couple reasons. Newspaper is a good insulator, plus it absorbs water so that if there is any leaking whatsoever, hold on a second, sorry if my camera works shoddy right now. If there is leaking anywhere in there, hopefully the newspaper will absorb it, and hopefully it's minimal. So we got our newspaper in there. We'll put a layer of Santa's beard down here, or polyfill, depending on what you call it. Might try and set the camera down here real quick so you guys can see a little bit easier. Sorry. So, like I said, we got our newspaper down. We'll put a little bit of polyfill into the corners just to give it some structural stability on the bottom. And now we're just going to start taking our fish and setting them down in there. Got a total of 8 bags of Umbies going out to Aqua Monster 34. I know if you're watching this, dude, probably are, because this is your fish. Check him out. Doing really good in his bag right there. 6, 7, and 8. So that's where we're at so far. These are going to have to sit at a little bit of a tilt, but that's okay because they're still pretty small because I got the bags a little bit taller than I wanted. But the next step is I'm going to pack that in tight. We're going to pause this real quick. Alright, we got these all packed in here very nice and tightly. We're going to put another layer of newspaper on top. Right there, a little bit of shopping cart for you guys who live in Centralia. You know where that place is. Another layer of newspaper. And then I've got my heat pack right here. Find another sheet of newspaper. We can wrap that all up in. All we gotta do is wrap that up. That is gonna go onto onto our lid right here. Pause this real quick. Alright, so got it all packed up, got my newspaper, got my heat pack, which just fell down, which isn't a big deal. Matter of fact, we can just set it on top right there. It's not gonna affect anything. Everything's packed up. Next step is the lid right there. Everything in there is nice and snug and tight. Hopefully these guys at USPS treat these boxes nicely. I might show you one more clip at the end with the finished box, but so far, guys, this is all that I do with shipping fish. I tried to give you a step-by-step manual. I'm sorry if you guys fell asleep halfway through this long-ass video, but I wanted to do this right and do this, you know, as accurate as possible. Like I said, we started with filling up our bags, letting them acclimate, putting our bag buddies in, all that kind of stuff, bagging them up, double bagging them up, put them in the box, packing them correctly, postage, all that stuff. I'm going to print out some labels that I like to put on my boxes, as far as this side up, fragile, all that kind of stuff. A little calling card by me, and we're going to call this good. So one last clip at the end coming. Alright guys, last clip here for the video on how to ship fish. We have both of our boxes packed up, marked live fish, fragile, this side up. I even went on there with a Sharpie and wrote some arrows and all that kind of stuff to make sure there's no confusion on how this thing should be handled. I appreciate everybody who's watched this so far. I hope this has helped out anybody out there who is looking into shipping fish down the line. It's a fun thing to do. It's a pain in the ass. It's a lot of work. It's very rewarding to see your fish go to somebody else, especially when they are actually on YouTube and you can actually follow your fish as they grow. That's why I love sending fish to Captain Awesome so much, because I get to see, you know, my fish over there all the time, get to see how they're doing. So I'm excited to see these fish, these umbies with Aqua Monster. Everybody out there watching, pray for this shipment. Hopefully USPS treats both packages the proper way. And again, thank you for watching. Hope this helped out. As always guys, rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about the video. This is probably the longest video I've ever done. And peace out.